Beast, and I think neither of those heroes truly shines in a game like this when it goes late. Against Enigma in particular, your 2 melee cores against an uncountered black hole except Wyvern Curse, which is not reliable super late because Enigma will have BKB Linkins at that point. So you are on a timer. So I think what your lineup has to do is play super fast and aggressive. You need to win your lanes, and you need to start taking towers early. Get yourself a Roche and try to go high grounds with DP ults. It is very challenging, though, to do what they need to do. I would say, even at the absolute highest level of play, like best TI teams, what the Radiant need to do here, I feel like will be challenging. So they've got their work cut out for them. There's very little margin for error.
Yeah,
I feel like
hard
if
mode
they fall
activated.
behind, it's just not happening, right? So,
But the silver lining, Cinderin, is I finally get to watch a core Primal Beast.
that is true.
No
It's gonna be played by
support.
Mark.
This is going to be mid. Great name, by the way. I like it when it's very... Actually, I like both of these names. Mark is very nice and simple. And then Salacious Sea Lion 62.
Yeah.
Also very good name. Shout out to those two.
And then in his post nickname sponsor, it says Seal Anime Season 2. So, very
Okay.
good.
That's a really long name. Like,
It is.
really long. Doesn't it contract when you get close to people? Probably just
I don't know.
disappears. That is
Imagine he was
obnoxiously
playing
long. I love
Meepo and it would be over all of them.
it. Yeah, so if you're watching the VOD, Salacious Sea Lion 62, make sure to add Meepo to your list of heroes that you can play so that you can annoy your enemies as much as possible. Very important indeed.
We're up to 9 trees, Shannon.
Easy.
Someone's quelling it up.
That's good. They know. What do you think about Enigma's going Wraith Pact every game? I feel like sometimes it just has not made sense.
It is a really, really good item, but I kind of agree that I think a lot of players just do it on autopilot because they see the elite players in the world do it, but then don't necessarily appreciate how to play it and what the timing is and why it is so good in the games that they do it. So yeah, I mean, it is an amazing item on the hero. So I think it's...
I say that only because, like, in games like this, where Enigma wants BKB and Linkins for the Winter's Curse, I think that's when you can think about maybe bypassing the Wraith Pact to get those faster.
The other way of looking at it is, look at what team you're playing against. You want to be strong when they push, right? So having Wraith Pact at the time that this Radiant lineup is strong will be super useful for you to win that one fight, which is probably all it's going to take for you to have a huge advantage going late. So I do think Wraith Pact is very good this game because that is the time when Enigma needs to do the absolute most. I actually think Black Hole is not a mandatory part of winning this game for Alpha at all.
That is
true. It's nice to have the threat of it, but it's not a requirement. It's a lot more about not losing your towers, basically.
Yeah, so mid lane, like we said, will be the Primal Beast versus Zeus lane. So you're going to get some nice stacks of Uproar, I'm sure, to get some easy last hits. I feel like this is a kill lane potentially for Primal Beast, although the Heavenly Jump is kind of crazy. Maybe not.
At the same time, what you need to be careful with as Zeus is to not get touched by Trample when Onslaught is ready. Because if you let Primal Beast come close and start trampling you and you jump away, he's going to follow you. And then you can die. Or you need to be... Yeah, I don't even know if you can be clutch with a Lightning Bolt. You have to hit him during the wind-up. If you hit him with the bolt mid-charge, he's not going to stop, as we've established in the previous game. The charge just ignores stuns. Once it is flying, you complete the trajectory, so...
An unstoppable force.
Yep.
It makes sense.
Absolutely. The only thing that stops him is, I think, Black Hole and Chrono. I think he charges through every other stun in the game.
Have you seen some of the interactions with Pulverize and how the heroes just fly around the map randomly? It's happened to me in game actually several times. It's not even like an inconsistent thing. It's like if you Pulverize while somebody's trying to blink away or something, like mid animation, it'll just show their body like far away, but he'll actually be up close. It looks really strange. Yeah, maybe we'll see it this game. We'll see. We'll see more opportunity for it with a core Primal Beast, of course. All right, he's about to hit level 4, and I'm really interested in how... I'm sure he's going to go Onslaught next.
He should.
And there he goes. And Bottle's really nice, so you don't have to get Soul Ring anymore. And, I mean, the hero actually makes a lot of sense mid.
Soul might die here. Oh, That was close to being a commitment opportunity. He had Bottle and Fairy Fire, and he was on top of the Zeus without using Onslaught, but he didn't want to tower dive.
Could do it for the next round. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Have yet to see first blood, so you've already lost, I think.
That's true. It's over.
All right, got 3 minutes. Surely this CKAA lane will result in a kill of some kind. He already has Cold Feet at the ready. Both Chaos Bolt and Reality Rift extremely good at helping proc that. Almost to the point that it's guaranteed, I feel like. As we have another pause. This seems to be a new thing in NA Dota, where we're getting pauses every single game.
This is a pause without a DC, though, so I'll take it.
True. Well, so we say. Maybe they have DC and just haven't shown yet.
I don't think so.
So Double King playing the Dawnbreaker this game. Already has his Soul Ring. And looks like it's going to be the cookie cutter Deso into Shard BKB. So not a huge surprise.
A great lane matchup for him, right? You love playing Dawn against Enigma. You have one of the best carries in the game at killing Eidolons. You can just jump on them with Celestial Hammer, and then you Starbreaker. Even if you get Malefist, I think if you've connected the hammer and swung once, they're going to die. So Monster has to be careful not to feed away too many of them here, and you can see he's struggling in the lane. He's 13 and 7 against 28 for 6 on Double King, so pretty tough.
And Mark, he's going to hit level 5 here, and I think that's going to be real kill potential against this Zeus. But we'll see. He is level 5 now, so 3 in trample. He's going to do massive damage. You can get a couple uproar stacks that might be enough, but you can see that Soul is actually playing a little bit safer just not to get the uproar. He's not spamming as much as you normally see from a Zeus.
Yeah.
Because if you get like 3 uproar stacks, that is almost a guaranteed kill if you can get on top of them.
And for the most part, in Zeus lane's mid, unless you're playing against a fragile melee hero or something like that, you're happy to do a straight farm. Your hero just needs levels and to start building up some net worth. You don't have to dominate your opponent. It's not why you pick this hero. You pick it because the magical damage and the lineup in general favors you later. So it's not... You shouldn't feel bad as a Zeus mid player if you're not crushing your lane. It's not for requirements. More or less ever, actually. Even in favorable matchups, as long as you're not dying unnecessarily or losing a lot of farm, most of the time floating is okay.
All right, we have about 40 seconds to get first blood here. Anybody, please. Fiction, very important. Very slow-paced game to start things out, despite having very aggressive heroes. Some right clicks in the top lane, but not sure if anything will come of it. As Sexy Fat.
Speaking of nicknames, yeah, what do you think about that one?
It's a good one. Yeah, they have some great nicknames here. Oh, bottom. Flea taking some damage, but the Starbreaker's going to miss, and it looks like my prediction will miss as well, Cinderin. Gracious, we're both incorrect. Of course, you're more so than me.
That doesn't matter, it's binary.
Yeah, oh, we have the Onslaught. Flea getting really low, trying to make my predictions come true, but it's not to be. See, Lion, they're going to get it 7 seconds after the fact. That's with the Pulverize online now. Yeah, very sad. I will say it is difficult to get off any type of good ults against... I think Clockwork is one of the best heroes against Primal Beast. Yes. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. It feels very hard to play against.
Yep. Just pop... As soon as he charges in, you pop Battery Assault and he can't ulti, unless he has BKB.
Yeah.
And Hookshot is also a really good spell against him, because once you've used Onslaught, you can catch him. And even if he hasn't, if you Hookshot Cog and Battery Assault, you need to be a little bit careful about Primal Beast when you charge up Onslaught and when you close it, so that you don't get stuck in the cogs and don't move during the wind-up. So. Good pressure bot here from CDUB. Some damage on the tower here with Chen and Dawn. They also rotated over the Primal Beast, who's going to find Clockwork get blocked off. So
yeah, Onslaught comes in, trample as well. Monster, he's going to get ulted. Actually, a 3-man stun pretty much. And Monster, no black hole to use, so he's just dead. Lee looks to be next. A double kill for Double King. Keeping his name true to form. The 1K early lead for Happy Seals, aka CDUB.
Yep, this is what their lineup needs, right? We've been seeing the praises of the Dire lineup later on in the game against Radiant, but what if the pace gets too quick The Dire does need time to build up. They have a Zeus mid, Enigma offlane, and a Chaos Knight carry. So all these heroes do want a little bit of time at the very least, especially the Zeus, or rather, sorry, especially the Enigma to build up. Zeus and CK can kind of do more early than Enigma can in most situations, but if this is the kind of tempo that Mark is going to set from the mid lane, that is what you want to see if you want CDUB to win this
onslaught in the mid lane, the trample to follow into pulverize action. Pingu actually staying alive. Very surprisingly.
Didn't trample long enough.
In the meantime, Thunder God's Wrath, and they're going to take out Atuf.
So, Primal Beast finds the best rune in the game for this hero, though. This is a scary rune.
Yep.
Insane on this hero. Probably rivals Bad Rider as the best hero to get a haste rune on. Just absolutely incredible. Increases your damage by a ton, and it allows you to stick no matter what, more or less.
Oh, bottom lane. Double King getting pursued by Flea. Battery salts are going on to Atuf, though. Very unfortunate RNG from Flea. One more would have done it, and the cogs are going to miss. Double King trying to find his way out. He's actually going to turn this around onto Flea. Not able to get the kill outright, but Atuf, his support ends up working out, and I feel like that really was a bit lucky from Double King, not taking more battery assault hits.
For
sure. While we're saying this, Rises is on top of the net worth, and the CS has been free farming. Even though I was expecting some more action in the top lane, they didn't really come to fruition. One big note is Pingu only level 4 in the AA, but we are about to hit 10 minutes and the tome will be available. So should be able to get that ult relatively soon. As a stack is going to be stolen. And yeah, they have no idea this is happening right now.
Oh, Mark. Anti-Rises.
Mark. Pulverize. Rises is dead thanks to the help of that ult from the Dawnbreaker.
That is still a good steal, though.
Oh, I think I lost my thing already. I said he wasn't going to die. Oh, boy. Rough days ahead.
I still have soul. Trust.
The tier 1 tower taking heavy pressure. Looks like it's just going to be given up. Exorcism was popped for it. Meanwhile, the bottom tier 1 we can see is 100% HP currently.
Yep.
So, CDUB off to a pretty good start. Couldn't have asked for a better start, for the most part.
Yeah, it's solid for sure. The Primal Beast did well in mid. The DP is, without the perfect start, still didn't die to CKAA, right? Which is what you're hoping for when you're laning against that lane. You just want to not have casualties. Gets the tower minute 10, is already building toward treads. Plus the Falcon Blade almost has both. And at the same time, you also have the Dawnbreaker who got involved in a kill or two, actually in 4 of the 5, to be honest. So, has been around being active and is still finding top net worth despite that. So, very, very good.
Yep, still no level 6 for Pingu. Not sure who took the tome. Maybe Flea took it or it hasn't been purchased yet. Sea Lion getting pursued right now as the tier 1 tower has the siege creep on it. So we'll see if Alpha are able to get this for free. Of course, there's plenty of time for CDUB to try to contest.
They're boxing out the Wyvern, so which is actually kind of unnecessary since Wyvern's out of mana, so there's no Splinter Blasts to come to defend this, but regardless, they want to just control the area the best they can, and now they see Wyvern completely leaving the premises, so this tower is an easy pick for Monster. We'll probably get the last hit here. And close in on a Wraith Pact, about 1,300 gold away.
And now the Armlet online for Rises. Going for the Echo Saber build after. Up the Onslaught on to Flea. Discount Fly, maybe. Gets off the cogs, though. Again, very annoying hero. As long as you can get the BKB at a respectable time, which it will be a first item BKB for Mark, which is something I have heard about from mid-Primal Beast players. But that is unfortunately a thing.
Yeah.
To rush that bad boy out immediately.
Do you find it to be an oxymoron to be called Alpha Flea?
Alpha Flea. Yeah, a little bit. That is true. That's a good point. I mean, the actual oxymoron would be Alpha Beta, right? Your silence is agreement.
No. Really?
And we have a smoke now from both sides, actually. Lee looking for an opening with that hook shot. Pingu now has his Ice Blast, so this is where the true power of AA will show. Actually, Rocket Flare on top of the smoke, so they see the creeps, though. So they have an idea this is happening. Is Sexy Fat able to get the exorcism on that tier 1 tower, instantly canceling the pulverize from Mark. Lee gets off the hook shot as well, into the cogs, and again, Clockwork showing his prowess against the Primal Beast. Sexy Fat does a good amount of damage as the Ice Blast does come. Going to connect onto 2 heroes. Rises, gets off. It's a little awkward reality rift, but Mark, he's just going to die to the Ice Blast. Double King gets off the Q, though. They will find one in the end. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of Alpha, though. And Sexy Fat trying to pursue Rises, but he turns into a pig. Has the armlet toggle available along with 20 wand charges. And he has no teammates remotely close, but don't think they have the catch.
That is actually a very important win lace. I think without that, he dies. So it's the little things sometimes. Able to get that distance to the DP, and straight back to the jungle he goes.
Yeah, Monster, like you said, close to that Wraith Pact, only the recipe away, which is pretty cheap. Sexy Fat, close to a BKB, a recipe away. Atuf is also going for the Wraith Pact, already has the mech online, so he is farming pretty respectably.
Plastic Chen. Oh, that's a dead Wyvern. Gets caught by Rises out on a bit of a warding mission. Easy pick for the CK. And he's just going to transition to Echo Saber. Pretty standard stuff going Armlet Echo here. Probably going to see him follow up with a BKB, so he's more reliable against the Primal Beast and the... Yeah, well, a little bit of everything, really.
And Flea getting blocked by the creep, so he can't get a good hook shot. Just trying to take out a creep here. Cogs are going to be broken.
Warpine Raider.
Yeah, it is pretty annoying. It's going to get healed by the mech. Atuf ain't having none of that. Flea has his sights set on an Aghanim Scepter, Cinderin. We might get to see that this game.
Yeah.
Very cool. He actually went for Falcon Blade too, which is a little surprising.
I'm not the biggest fan of Ags on 4 o'clock with basically nothing to cover it, right? I think a lot of the time it sounds or like you have a good feeling about buying it, and then when it actually comes down to it in the game, you just get countered when you're going in. You just get like stunned or whatever, and you have no mobility. Usually I find it to be really impactful on clock to get any mobility item, whether it's Force Staff or Jetpack, or in some cases even Dagger can be interesting against very specific matchups and heroes, but yeah, I don't know if I would recommend this build. We'll see. It might work out really, really well if they find the right type of fight, of course. Like, the item's ceiling is super high for what it can provide for you. Yeah, but it is a high-risk, high-reward item when you have no protection like BKB or Force Staff to cover it.
And Rises pressuring the tier 1, keeping this siege alive. Salacious Sea Lion has the Winter's Curse available. Pretty damn good against that CK, but he's going to get caught out, and the AA Blast deletes him.
This tower is probably gone now, actually. I think this is the primary teamfight spell that they really need, together with the Primal Beast, but he doesn't have BKB yet, so he's not really able to initiate into this dire team as we've talked about. Charging into Enigma, charging into Clockwork is super difficult. So they have to concede this mid tower and start working on that BKB now, or rather complete it for Mark. 250 to go, so we'll have it for the next major fight, and they will also have Exo. Maybe level 12 on DP with her BKB is actually a very strong timing for the Radiant. I think that's the time to get something done in a big way, because the trajectory of the game is following what we were looking for Alpha. Just don't fall behind, don't lose too many towers. They've broken even on towers now. They're farming on the right heroes, so everything for them is going according to plan. And actually, you might be surprised, but this is a 17-minute game where the gold is dead even. The win expectancy is currently 76% for the Dire, so it kind of goes to show that Gaben loves Enigma.
Oh, well, I can't blame him. That black hole is something else, I'll tell you what. BKB finally online for Mark. And we're going to see a Roche attempt as Double King has the Deso. And we're going to have the Exorcism with the extra physical damage. And now the TPing in Primal Beast. We'll see if Flea can scout this out. Rocket Flare up in 6 seconds. Gonna be scouted out slightly thanks to a scan. Roche already at half HP, and here comes the rocket flare, so they do know. Don't think they'll have time to actually try to contest, though. Although
this is pretty slow.
they're taking it pretty slow.
No.
Ice Blast only on to Chen.
Finish it. I think.
And Flea looking to try to backstab this. You can see Double King already low HP on the top side of the map here. He's gonna get hook shot. He's gonna be brought down by Flea. He's just dead. Hand of Gaben will not save you this time, my friend. And now the TP attempt from Flea is gonna require a Winter's Curse just for a support clockwork. Gracious. I think Alpha are gonna be extremely happy about the turn of events here. And now Exorcism is down. Roche is relatively low. You could try to go for this yourself.
I mean, keep in mind, while all of this is happening, you have an enemy team that's farming, right? You're committing so much time and so many resources to 0 net gain. The gap now between CK and Dawn is starting to become massive. It's 2k gold difference now, with Clock killing off the Dawn and CK effectively free farming for the last minute with 0 gold gain for Dawnbreaker. We'll also start pulling ahead on levels now, 2 full levels ahead of the Dawn. And yeah, I honestly think Dire should just roast already. Oh.
Yeah, we have another Ice Blast, but it's not going to be enough to save the AA. BKB Sports from Mark.
Used the Black Hole too. That's not
Oh, did
good.
they? Okay.
Yeah, he Black Holed nothing and immediately canceled it, so Monster with a bit of a swing and a miss there.
Okay.
Might open up for Roche again for the Radiant. I think a mistake from Alpha to not go for it, right? You know there's no Curse, you know there's no Exo, and you killed the enemy carry. I feel like that is enough to go for that pit play. Even if you're against Primal Beast, you should feel pretty confident that you can pull that off, but they were erring on the side of caution, and I think that was a bit of a mistake.
Rises picks up the Dagger of Ristool, which I would say this is also on the list of heroes that really likes this item.
Yeah.
I think the main issue, other than the one that we talked about, which is that it's only good on specific heroes, is the cooldown is 30 seconds. That's pretty long. Almost rather have less damage and a lower cooldown, but
I think, again, this is where this item is so unique, and what you do is you enter the fight with this, you pop it, and then you instantly neutral item swap to another one. What I don't know is if the effect stays when you swap it into backup.
It should.
If it doesn't, then you have to obviously go for the full duration and then item swap.
Right.
But I think if you just play with Dagger Vistal the whole time, I think you're making a mistake. That
So
it has to be the most efficient to item swap this.
Based on how they've balanced these neutrals over the last couple of years, I don't think they want people to do that. I can almost guarantee that it works to backpack it, but in the past, like with the Illusion Escape as being the prime example, they don't want that to be a thing, right? So if people start abusing it, I don't think it's good enough to abuse, honestly. But who knows? Could be wrong on that. Flea already halfway to his Ags. I am super stoked to see this thing in a competitive game. And it is competitive. It's very even right now. Roche has been abandoned completely, still at half HP. Regen's a lot slower than I remember. Not gonna lie. Only 20 regen.
Well, 20 a second. How long is that to get a full health pool back? That's 300 seconds, 400 seconds, so like 6 minutes from 0 to full.
He's getting rocket flared every 10 seconds.
That's not good for your health.
That's all I've heard.
You need to wear protective goggles if you're using fireworks. Just remember that. Stay safe.
Thanks, Cinderant.
You're welcome.
You seem like a real fireworks expert, let me tell you.
Yes. I know a lot about how not to use it.
Yeah, by just not using it in general.
Exactly.
In real life. And Mark's got the double damage. This does not apply to trample, unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken. Hookshot from Flea forces Salacious Sea Lion to the low ground.
Ward. There was no kill potential there.
And they're gonna pop Exo now, but there is the vision. Do Alpha try to contest again? AA Blast coming. This is gonna be a monstrous one. Do they have the follow-up with Soul here? Look at the magic damage. They have to get the hell out of there. BKB Force onto Sexy Fat as the Primal Beast dies to the Ice Blast eventually. And Flea coming in, trying to block off the DP as Monster. No Black Hole for 3 seconds. Well, that was a really nice curse, and actually he's going to beat the crap out of the Zeus, so Rises kills his own teammate. Friendly fire. Double King in the pit. They're looking for the Roche. They finally get it. It's snatched, so the actual Roche kill goes to Alpha. Sea Lion is dead. Now Double King might take a solo Black Hole here, but actually gets up to successful. No. Successful nothing. He's going to get killed off immediately. So that's a very quick Aegis consumed. And now Monster, again, still with this black hole, but he's continually getting that blink dagger canceled.
That's still, overall, I would say, pretty good for Alpha. Could have been better, right? The curse onto Zeus really saved that fight for CDUB. That would have been terrible if Wyvern doesn't find that big play, but... yeah, at the end of the day, it's still a 3k gold advantage from that fight alone for Alpha, especially because they got the Roche last hit, like you pointed out, and the Aegis has already been expended, so CDUB with no real advantage to show after that, and their lineup needs it so desperately, right? In order to function, they need to have advantages going in. It's not good enough to break even right now. And man, the Ice Blast is just ruining their whole strategy. Like, the moment he hits that 3-man Ice Blast in the pit, I'm like, okay, this fight is just...
yeah.
they're screwed, you know?
I mean, it's not just that. They weren't really in position to, like, fully initiate in that fight right off the Ice Blast, but the fact that Zeus was there and the magic damage he does is absurd in combination.
Yeah, imagine that with one more hero. There was no hook shot, right? Because he had used that to protect his ward, which is also what prompted them to go for the Roche to begin with.
Yeah, Flea, he is only 1,000 away from the dream. We'll talk about his Ags when he actually purchases it.
I'm sure you've talked about it enough already beforehand.
No. Oh, that was yesterday. We talked about it when I think he wasn't even picked.
Oh.
Now we get the chance to not talk about it when he's actually buying it and in the game. Makes a lot of sense, I know.
Yeah.
Getting outpost control. Looks like Sol is working on Nimbus, so he has SNK, Aether Lens as well.
I'm a big fan of this build on mid-Zeus. It's either this or the E-Blade Rush after Lens usually. Very, very strong. Just get a ton of extra damage. The mono region is super nice on this, of course, and in case you do get caught by something, the tankiness makes a really big difference. For Zeus, it's all about can you get off Heavenly Jump before you die or not, because usually it will reposition yourself well enough, especially against this Radiant lineup. If you get away from the initial jump, you're fine. Yep, this is scary. Zeus holds his scalp.
God's Wrath for some vision. Hookshot is kind of going to connect via the Mud Golem, but Salacious Sea Lion with the Arctic Burn out of the cogs. He's going to blink out as well.
Rocket way too late.
And just TP to safety.
Wow, they get away without deaths there. That is...
oh, you say that now. Sexy Fat in the trees. Has to be KB. Shot not up.
Black Hole, actually, if they knew. But...
yeah, well, Monster, he's been allowed to farm pretty consistently, so I think this Wraith Pact actually definitely working out. We'll be finishing the BKB shortly, and I would be shocked if it's not a Lincoln's afterwards. I guess he has gotten a little help from the Philly Stone as well.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Lincoln's over refresher here. You just want to have that one guaranteed good Black Hole against Primal Beast and potentially Dawnbreaker. That's another problem that the Radiant has just to pile on to the issues they have when the game goes later, is that a big part of what Dawnbreaker offers is through means of her ulti, but that just means you're piling up two heroes on top of each other to get Black Hole immediately. So using Solar Guardian is actually very difficult in late game scenarios, so you can't really play the map split that you want with Dawn. A lot of the time you want the 4 other heroes to go together, Dawn plays a side lane, and when the fight breaks out, you ult in.
Hook shot, AA Blast is coming as well, so Spirit Siphon does nothing but a little bit of damage now.
Still okay for now.
He's fine. Maybe not. He's getting pretty low. Will he shatter? I don't think so. Rises in the area, though. It looks like Salacious Sea Lion will be the one to fall, so Sexy Fat lives, which is the bigger of the deal. Now a bunch of the Chen creeps will fall. As Flea has Aghanim Scepter at base, Cinderin. Time to talk about the beauty that is Ags on Clockwork. So when activated, you overclock, which means after X amount of time, I can't remember how long, I'm not going to look, you get stunned. You stun yourself. But the benefits, just think about it's like overclocking your CPU. Think about the benefits here. Things will run faster. So Battery Assault will hit every unit around you instead of a random one. Hogs will give you a shit ton of attack speed. And Rocket Flare will have... oh, we're going to see the Black Hole in the top lane, though. Solar Guardian is coming. BKB forced. Hookshot from Flea. Has he used the overclock? I think he has. AA Blast is going to connect on Mark, attempting to TP out. Will he shatter in the base? I'm not sure. Oh, the Thunder God's Wrath takes care of that right then and there. Double King with the BKB. Looks like he will get out via the TP. Anyway, finishing my thought, the Rocket Flare has a low cooldown and very low cooldown. The fact that you can use it 4 times, I believe, during the overclocking process, and it'll actually have 2 additional rocket flares attached to it, Cinderin, similar to the shard from Mr. Primal Beast. And then the hook shot, maybe not as cool, but it's a little wider.
That was actually impactful
AKA the
there. That
radius.
was the one thing that mattered about his eggs. That's the one you don't talk about. He got
What,
the
the hook
double
shot?
AoE stun there next to the Enigma because of the 50% bigger hookshot AoE.
Because he overclocked.
That's why he stunned both Primal Bees and the DP.
Incredible. And now we're going to see the ult come out from the CK, but the instant Winter's Curse. But the AA Blast comes in, so not a lot of healing coming on here, but they're going to get the CK anyway. Even through the BKB, they have the damage. Maybe a little bit too cocky, but we have the hookshot coming in from Plea. He's overclocked. You got to be careful, but he's overheating, Cinder. He's about to stun himself, for God's sake. He gets a kill here, but now overclocks himself, which leads to a full pulverize, and he will drop in the end. So it's a 2 for 2. It looked really good at the start there for CDUB, getting that kill on the CK, but they still lose their Dawnbreaker in the end.
Yeah, I'm surprised they were able to kill CK like this. Just way too much damage during that for him to... He got BKB off when he was like 300 or 400 health and obviously can't really sustain after that point. If he is able to BKB on full health, however, I don't see the Radiant killing him at all. So you have to rely on finding good jumps like this and really setting up an advantage for yourself early in the fights. So again, it's a good kill, but I'm not seeing the progression that you need to see out of the Radiant. They have to be able to get more than this if they want to win the game eventually. They need a bigger pick. They need to get the Roche. They need to get some more towers and start, you know, progressing out on the map. Especially with Double King slowing down. He had a great start. Now he's 4th on net worth. It's a lot to be done.
Yep, top 3 net worths in the game are on the side of Alpha. They have a 6K lead at the moment, and again, we're going to come back to it time and time again. They have the ultimate counter to this entire lineup in the Ice Blast. Yep. So if he's able to connect this on even just a couple heroes, they will have a very good advantage going into most of these fights.
And I would love to see Pingo go Refresher, to be honest. I think it's not even out of the question this game to get there. It's his AA ulti is a very cheap spell, so AA is one of the supports that doesn't need to buy additional mana items to really afford it. Especially, he already has Forward Staff and Ghost Scepter, so he has more than enough. He has 15 plus int, and he's high level. He's level 15, so Refresher is extremely viable here, and he's currently eyeing up an E-Blade, which is obviously also great. It's a save against the Curse. It's a really good item against DP's ulti, but Refresher sounds pretty dope, doesn't it? Let's see. Doesn't seem to be the case, though.
That would be unusual, though. But yeah, it's just his Ice Blast is that good.
Game, right? It's just incredible.
All right, well, Mark, I was going to talk about the item progression of the Primal Beast because we don't see much variation, it feels like. We see Sange Kaya, Blink, BKB, not in that order, of course, but he doesn't have SNK. He's going for Shivas instead, so a little bit of a change of pace.
Needs something against CK, right? So.
I feel like that's one of the issues, though, with Primal Beast, is that there's not many items I feel like you can go for anymore. Like, Bloodstone was okay-ish. I know nobody bought it, but that 25 talent was really good. Is Thunder God's Wrath going to scout things out? You can see that they're in the smoke. Onslaught. Oh, we have the overclock Flea ready to go. Going to take out the Wyvern to start things out. Oh, the hook shot is going to miss. He's going to get stunned by himself. Atuf, that's a cancellation of a TP, and that's a deletion via Rises. Looks like Mark might be able to get up. The AA Blast is going to scout him. Not in time.
Yeah, if you're a CDUB, you should be happy you only lost 2 supports there. If the hookshot connects on Primal, he's dead. If they manage to reach a black hole, he's dead. But neither will make it there in time, so they cut 2 supports. But this area will be reclaimed completely by Alpha, and they didn't really commit that much either. They used Phantasm, which is a 75-second cooldown. They used Hookshot, which is basically ready again, so they're more or less good to go. I guess Thunder God's Wrath to scout was expended, but they don't need it with the Nimbus.
Oh,
okay. That was
that
close.
Nimbus, yeah, that was a 1 out of 4, I guess.
Enigma
able to get out. Ooh, interesting. Wow. That is really surprising. So not fearing the Winter's Curse at all.
I mean, if their call
the
is,
Ags-
hey, we're gonna cover you with Clock and Blink CK, then sure.
Yeah. All right, we got the Solar Guardian coming in. Heavenly Jump not going to save Soul as he is bursted down by the the Starbreaker. I mean, that was a soul-crushing Starbreaker, to say the least. Bingo looks like he's fine. They only get one, but it is a pretty valuable kill for CDUB. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Atuf, he might be the collateral here. Overclock for Fly. Attempting to TP out, and he will be fine. Look at those rocket flares. Oh, man, that is juicy.
Yep, love to see it.
Have you gotten to try that in a game yet?
Yeah,
It is your
I've had
favorite
the
hero.
Ags once, I think.
He once? Jeez.
Yeah, I regretted it that game. But I do think it is very
Overclocking
good.
doesn't
It is a
come
very
without its
good
faults.
second or third item, I think, but not a big fan of the rush. It's worked okay so far for Flea in this game, but not too
I
outstanding.
mean, if you rush it and you can get away with it, I mean, just using it to farm, that's what I've seen from some people, is just rocket flare farming.
Yeah, that's also good.
And what is the cooldown on overclock? It's
I think it's like 30 seconds, maybe 50.
50 seconds, yeah.
You used it
Not
just
too bad.
now.
He did. Rocket flare's available. The CK is going to be found, but there's the hook shot onto 2 with the Nimbus in the cover. AA Blast brought back with the Reality Rift. 2 quick kills for Alpha. As Monster still looking for... I mean, I guess he's used Black Hole, but we haven't seen that many. And maybe he just he is going Lincoln's Neck, so maybe he feels like because he got Philly Stone, he's going to be able to get these items no problem. Into the Roach Pit they go. Shard is available. And that will almost certainly go to Rises, one of the most value shards in the game, especially with Zeus already having his.
Yep. I think the Enigma one is also really good in my opinion, but I think the CK is probably what you go for here. And it is, so.
Yeah, we should mention that the Ags for Enigma was slightly changed, so it does the extra damage still, but now it takes the shard from before, which is the pull. I think both were nerfed though slightly so that they can be combined, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, I think it's a better Ags than the old one, right? Because this applies both Midnight
Overall.
Pulse and the... But maybe the Pulse it applies is weaker. I guess it is.
But it's technically not a Midnight Pulse that it applies. As Salacious Sea Lion is dead. It's just literally damage.
Yeah.
Still good. Still surprising to see it this early. As a 4-staff now on Flea. This is a really farmed Clockwork. AA is pretty farmed too,
significantly
my
less
goodness.
damage than the old one, because I think the old one just put a Midnight Pulse as part of your ult, right?
Yes.
So that would have been 12% of current HP per second, whereas the new one is 3% of max, 3.5% of max HP per second. So most of the time it will be weak.
I could be wrong. I think you're thinking of the even older
Oh,
Ags.
okay.
I think it was changed to just be damage. The last patch. As we're going to see the hook shot, AA Blast coming in, and the Black Hole for cover. Instant buyback from the Wyvern, but they've already lost their Dawnbreaker as Sexy Fat with the BKB, but he's getting bursted down by the right clicks of CK. A nice cogs as the overclocking Clockwork finally drops, but it's going to be at the price of the DP and the dieback of the Wyvern. This could be the beginning of the end for game number 1. Triple kill for Rises. And now they can start working on these buildings.
Yeah, this should absolutely be at least one lane of barracks. CK is a monster, and he still has Aegis.
Yeah.
Let's go to town.
Are you winning on your prediction of the least death?
I
Doesn't
got
look
the
like
number
it.
of trees.
Yeah, I have 2 correct.
I have 1.
Wait, I'm gonna have 2 correct.
I had Zeus
this
for least
barracks
deaths.
going
That is
down.
probably not happening.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Team with the first barracks kill could be Alpha, though. It looks very likely.
Yep.
So we'll get that one. Good job. You might get 3 out of 4 this time.
No, I lied. I only have 1 right
Good
now.
job. You might get 2 out of 4.
I mean, I almost got the first blood. I was off by 6 seconds. That's ridiculous.
I mean, either you're right or wrong, right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's all binary. Here comes the Shiva's onslaught combo. Instantly silenced. Primal Beast getting healed, but not enough to save his life. Instant blink out for Double King. Definitely regretting his decisions there, although he won't pay the ultimate price, but Barracks will fall. And now no Primal Beast for a full minute. 20k lead for Alpha. They can continue on.
Here. Yep.
Yeah, the jump in. Although Rise is taking a lot of damage, he has to be careful. That is the Aegis. No black hole for cover this time, but the Wraith Pact is there. Very fearsome skull on the ground. Has wings, of course. Of course, they don't move. I just realized that they don't move at all. The hook shot in from Flea onto Wyvern. This will be another death for him. 48 seconds on the deck. Lee has his Force Staff as he's about to stun himself. Overheating. Understandable. Sometimes the overclocking doesn't work in your favor, Cinder, and this is a life lesson for everybody out there that messes with their computer settings in the BIOS.
Oh, I thought it was going to be more deep, like, don't overwork yourself.
Don't overwork your computer, because the computer is your life force. So it kind of works out that way.
You just know me so well.
Right. Sexy Fat in the top lane. You can see the rest of Alpha are actually on the way. They're pinging him out. They see him. Rocket Flare will scout.
He has dagger
Fat.
TP here.
Blink.
Nimbus.
TP, but the Nimbus cancel. His BKB just came back up. If I were him, I would just sit here and die in the corner, which he will do. Very unfortunate. Did not think about that Nimbus.
Yeah, if you're going to split push against Zeus and TP out, you actually have to BKB if he has all spells ready. It's just no way. He's just going to ult you and then Nimbus afterwards. No way of juking it.
Have the overclock again from Flea. Look at these rocket flares. Tasty delight. Hook shot just for effect's sake. No big deal. Monster now has his Lincoln Sphere, by the way, so pretty much nothing can stop him.
Oh,
As long as he's BKB'd.
Okay. How do you kill this guy without Curse? You don't have the percentage-based damage on DP anymore. He has 5k health. At least have
Getting
the
pretty
Wyvern.
low. He's dead. Does require the BKB from Mark, though. Meanwhile, your top Rax is getting demolished. There's the Winter's Curse. He's getting tickled by his illusions. And he's just going to shrug it off. Now a big ultimate down. As an instant silence onto the Primal Beast has to be forced back into his base.
I mean, it's a really good curse, but where's the follow-up? If you're gonna curse the CK next to his illusions, you have to go for the kill, right? Or you're just throwing away your curse. He's just gonna heal up again with heart and with a crit or two. I guess you did buy a little bit of time to effectively save your melee barracks, so that's a little bit of a silver lining, but you're not putting any pressure and preventing the enemy team from doing what they want. Now Zeus, Timeless Relic, Refresher.
Yeah.
He will deal a lot of damage in the upcoming fight.
That's a good prediction. What if he instantly dies? That sounds like a Cinderin prediction to me.
Yeah. He just needs to... He could literally stand in Fountain right now and win the game.
Yes, that is true.
So...
Double Nimbus, double Thunder God's
the
Wrath.
barracks
Sure.
are falling to Eidolons and Siege Creeps. All right.
Yep, so that's the second set of
Afraid
barracks
this
there.
was a
Well played from
trap
Alpha.
That Alpha were setting, just waiting for the creeps to get it, and if you go and defend, they would go on you immediately. But actually, there was nobody there, so they could have defended.
Yeah.
But CDUB don't know that.
Mind games, man. TK still looking for an upgrade on his neutral item. But everything has dropped, I believe. No, they got 2 more.
Guess he would like a penta-edged sword here, probably.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
Although the ascetics cap is not bad either.
I mean, Mindbreaker is still good, though. Your illusions get the extra damage.
Yeah, it's definitely solid.
I don't think they get the silence.
No.
Actually, I don't know about that. No? For
No,
sure?
I don't think so.
That would be pretty damn strong if it did.
Imagine that on PL.
Oh, yeah. That would be good.
Yeah, you would love that.
Yeah.
This is
Got the overclock available for Flea.
all in smoke. If this fails for CDUB, it's over. And right now it's looking very unsuccessful because guess where Alpha are going? They're going to the direct opposite side of the map and they're going to force them back. So,
Indeed.
Mission failed. Dawn will
Yeah,
start
but they have an
defending.
idea that they are there. Because we have 2 siege creeps pounding on these racks as well as Flea. Making some space, gets off the hook shot. Going for the battery assault play. Has the Force F still available. And here comes the Primal Beast. Can't even get his ult off because of the battery assault. But they will find Flea. Ends up getting stunned by himself next to the tier 3s. Exorcism is popped, and Alpha can just reset. Just wait that Exorcism out.
And they're gonna cross the finish line like this. I find that to be a really weird way of getting this lane, though. He was just literally going in, making space for his teammates, but I think they would have hands down just won the team fight if he didn't do that.
That is true. Okay. So ends up getting the kill on Sexy Fat, but most of the damage done by Rises here. He finally finds an item he's fine with, which is the Witchbane. A little Dispel and 20 attack speed.
Yep.
Other effects, I don't know, really matter that
the
much.
Dispel is particularly useful here, but...
Yep, double King BKB. And it just feels like the inevitable is coming.
Oh, it is.
And
Gaben
not
has
much.
called it 5 minutes ago.
100%? 5 minutes ago?
Roughly 5.
Okay. Yeah. Gaben has lost all hope in Primal Beast in this game. He's coming in for the illusion kills. Wraith Pact is there as well. Looks to be Megas at the very least. And CDUB just trying to hold on. But that is Megas. Hookshot's gonna miss, so with Mega creeps, if they just go for the throne or if they play it ultra safe and wait for Roche. She's up in a minute. You still have 6k on your CK. Plenty of gold to go around. I mean, Octarine Core is done pretty much on Soul. And he has an Arcane Rune. Adding insult to injury here. I would assume a Satanic comes online for Rises if he wants to go for something. Maybe an AC.
I don't even know what the best item to buy here is. I guess you sell your armlet and buy AC, yeah.
Probably sell your treads first, right?
Yeah, maybe you sell the treads first. Probably right. You're gonna have terrible move speed, but you have overwhelming blink, so you're gonna slow them when you jump in anyway. It's probably fine. I believe the time has come, Alpha, for the killing blow.
The time has come.
Yeah, we're waiting for Roche, actually. It will spawn in 10 seconds.
To Roche.
Maybe they're not waiting for it. Double King is visible.
Yep,
is super
Atuf.
dead.
Very much so. Gets off the Wraith Pack, though. That'll keep the CK a little bit busy. Sexy Fat did not get AA blasted this time, but already pops the Exorcism. Pingo ends up dying to the Primal Beast as we have a double buyback now. Make it a triple buyback. They're focusing on Rises. It looks like he will fall. So that is a very big kill. Of course, they need a lot more of that. As Soul gets demolished by the Starbreaker. BKB pop now. And they will be able to get the Zeus, although the Monster gets off his black hole. Instant buyback from the Zeus. You can see the damage output from Monster is pretty ridiculous. But now, will he be able to take out any more as Flea is pursuing? Still has the hook shot and the overclock available. So in the end, they do find even more kills with the Nimbus Thunder God's Wrath combo for the Wyvern. And I believe the last buyback expended. Actually, Primal Beast still has his.
Once
Never mind.
everybody had died, Rise is like, alright, let's go. The CK
Now they
buying
can
back
surely
alive.
finish.
Yeah.
Now the focus now. Right, yep, can't get off that ultimate for Mark. But surely this game will be at an end. It's been over for 20 minutes, we're going to be honest here. There's the initiation from Mark, but he is surrounded, he is Chaos Bolted, and he is dead, Bloodthorned. Flies back into the game, but he's all alone. I'm sure the GGs will come out any second now. Any second. Flea misses the hook shot. Finally, GGs come
I
out.
love the voice line from AA.
What did it say?
I waited ages, but it was worth it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean,
Very
that is
fitting.
Essentially, what playing 5A probably feels like in this game.